So like I was saying, on the stages of grieving, not everyone goes through the same thing. They're like everyone handles everything differently, and maybe some people will touch some of these stages and then some others won't. And I think that's fine. Like I think this is just a general like 5 stages of grief kind of thing, where it's a general a thought of like what could happen when people go through this grief of whatever they lost, whether it was a person, something, or you know what I mean, just a relationship. And like with my faith in all this of death, dying, and grieving, I would just say like how I think of it and how I tell people is just give it, like if you can't really talk to anyone or all stuff, there's nothing wrong with talking to God, even though there might not be a response back. It's good to tell him because he is listening and he is there, and he does these things. They have a purpose. It's not just because he's going to do it because, oh, you deserve it or something. Like, he does these things because he does have a plan for his whole creation to work all as one. I know there's multiple creations in this one creation, but he wants it to play out and work as much as he can, and he is trying to make a lot of people have the best life. But there are situations where they can't and make, but they can try. They could really try. Like people in other countries and other places, they do find ways to make it better, always, no matter what they have or what they don't have. And like things about death and dying, it's natural. It's just natural, and you don't know when it's gonna happen, if it's gonna even happen to you, to yourself. And all you gotta do is just live every day like it's your last. I guess you could say, like the saying, everyone live every day like it's your last, and just enjoy every day, appreciate it, and be thankful that you do live another day, or you do live a minute longer, or a second longer, an hour longer, day longer than someone else. And I feel like it's just, you just gotta have that appreciation and that outlook of life. And not a lot of people do. They just focus on what or their mind is taken by something else. But it's really good to have these different ways of appreciation and different ways of grieving and all stuff, and they all just play out with each other. And one verse that I would give to anyone, or even it applies to myself, it's Psalm 73:26. It says, my flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. And that's honestly true. Like, we are here to serve him, and we are here to be here from his disciples, spread the word of God and everything. And like I said, we give everything to him because he gave everything to us. Whatever we have is what he gave to us. So we just got to pay it back. And even though we're never going to be able to pay it back of what he gave us, but we could try. We could live every day. And when we have this loss, maybe someone else needed it. Or if it was a person that went to heaven, maybe he needed it more. He needed the person more than we did. And that's fine. And there's also another verse that I like. It's 1 Corinthians 15:42-44. It says, so will it be the resurrection of the dead. The body that is sown is perishable. It is raised imperishable. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. And it is sown a natural body. It is a raised spiritual body. If there is a natural body, there is also a spiritual body. And that could actually be looked in different ways, not just from a Christianity point of view, but from like another point of view. Like, people believe in like the spiritual soul and all that stuff, different things. And honestly, whatever we do and all that stuff is within the spirit inside us. We could make that spirit be a positive in someone else's life, or make that spirit be a negative. And everyone has their own spirit within themselves, and all they got to do is just bring it out. And maybe nobody can't physically see the spirit, but that's the best part. Your spirit will always live. Your soul will always live no matter what. And that's just saying that, like, even though someone is not with you, their spirit will be, and their memories and everything that they gave you and you gave to them will still live on. And that's just a really big, like, overall thing that everyone could see is, like, just, like I said, appreciation is a big thing. Even with Juliana in this video, like, she said, like, appreciation, like, she appreciated what her parents did, what these doctors did. She appreciated everything she could look, even if she couldn't move around, she looked around, she talked to people, she see things. At least she get to do something while she had this life, or whatever time she has left, she will make the best of it. And I think that is what counts no matter what. Even though, like, there's people out there like her that have so many things they can't do, but they don't focus on the things they can't do, they focus on the things they can do. And I think that's just what a lot of people need to see and need to know. So yeah, that's what my thought is into these things. And on to week 8 discussion question 1.